Alright, everybody, welcome back to another live stream. Today we are here for a severe weather forecast. I've had a few people ask me to stream today for this, so I thought it'd be quite fun. And whenever we're done with the forecasting bit, because that likely will only take a few minutes, we can also talk about a massive ongoing winter storm due to the same trough here in the jet stream, alright? So we are seeing a huge fire danger across the plains in the Midwest, and even back here at the weather house, I'm one county outside of a fire weather watch. We've got red flag warnings going all across parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Colorado, Texas. If we go ahead and take a look at the National Weather Service website, earlier it was showing, again, an evacuation immediate in effect for parts of central Oklahoma due to an ongoing wildfire at the time. However, that has since dissipated, so that is good news there. But again, a couple more wildfires, will be possible in that area and areas outside of that over the next several days. And again, this is a pretty big deal here. We've seen several wildfires spark here over the past few weeks due to dry and very windy conditions here. And again, that is going to continue until this big severe weather system moves through. So let me go ahead and pull up stream chat. If you guys are excited for this, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's see if we can get 25 likes this stream. What's up? It's good to see the usual crowd in here. Gooseman, Mr. Storm, B-Dog, Weston. We don't really need any more mods right now, Weston. I appreciate it, though. What's up, Sylvia? But yeah, anyway, severe weather, right? Tomorrow, we've got ourselves a marginal risk for severe weather stretching from parts of the upper Midwest all the way back down into Texas. This is a massive marginal risk of severe weather here, going all the way from Duluth back down towards parts of the Texas panhandle and parts of central Oklahoma. So, again, this is a massive marginal risk. Now, this is only a marginal risk. Remember, that's not really that big of a deal. If we take a look at the tornado threat, we don't have one, right? I think it's a very, very low chance of a tornado tomorrow, but damaging winds and hail could still be prevalent across that area, so make sure to look out for that. But it gets really interesting whenever we go into Wednesday. We've got a day 3 slight risk of severe weather, originally a day 4 slight risk of severe weather. Gooseman will kind of discuss that here in just a moment. But slight risk, again here, going out for portions of the southern and central plains. This goes from Des Moines, Iowa, through the Omaha-Lincoln metros, down through Kansas City, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, stretches all the way down to the north side of DFW, goes back up through Springfield, Missouri, in southwestern Iowa there. All right, big-time severe weather risk for Wednesday. We're talking about damaging winds, large hail, even a couple of tornadoes. I do think that very large hail and destructive winds could also be a possibility, although at this time they've not added a hatched indicator anywhere. But again, over 13 million people facing that threat for tomorrow. So let me clear my throat really quickly. Sorry about that. I'm a little sick right now, but it's nothing major, so let's go ahead and keep going here. So I do think that the SBC will add a day 4 slight risk here, and that's going to be on Halloween, Thursday. I think that either a marginal risk or a slight risk is likely. If I had to guess where it would be placed, I would say probably somewhere here across parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley. And again, it would likely be a marginal risk that may get upgraded to a slight risk if the damaging wind threat or large hail threat looks more prevalent into the future here. Tornadoes shouldn't be a huge problem on Thursday, so that's the good news, alright? So anyway, you think this is going to be the biggest severe weather day of October? It is definitely possible, alright? Unless you're counting the Hurricane Milton outbreak that we had, this will most likely be the biggest outbreak of October. And that was a hurricane anyway, so I don't really count that. And Gooseman, to answer your question, I think there's probably at this point like a 30% chance that could go enhanced. So if it were to go enhanced, it wouldn't be for like a 10% hatch tornado threat or anything like that at all. It would be because of the wind threat, in my opinion. I think if it were to go enhanced, it would be for a 30% wind threat through parts of Kansas, Missouri, maybe Nebraska and Iowa. I think that area there, the small little section near Kansas City, would be the main spot to watch for damaging winds and large hail. And again, a 5% tornado risk definitely cannot be ruled out, but a 10% is kind of pushing it, I'd say. So, what's up, Sam? Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the models here for this event. Let's start off by looking at the NAM. Let's go ahead and push it to the composite reflectivity, and then we'll take a look at CAPE and some other integral parts of this setup later in this forecast. But for right now, start off with the reflectivity here. We can see we're expecting some thunderstorms and snow showers here in parts of Wyoming overnight. And actually, as we go into tomorrow morning, we could see some early morning thunderstorms into parts of Michigan. And when I say early morning, I mean very early morning, even into late tonight for parts of Wisconsin. But early tomorrow morning, some of those thunderstorms will be exiting the oven mitt of Michigan. So, I mean, if you get up at, 6 a.m. Eastern here, and you're in northeastern Michigan, you may hear a few rumbles of thunder. You may hear a rumble of thunder wake you up at that time if you're not normally up. So those storms are going to continue to move through the Toronto area. Those really aren't going to be a huge problem, though. That's not what we're talking about for the severe weather threat. Again, the real severe weather threat here, guys, starts on Wednesday. All right, Wednesday, we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms try to develop in the morning time across parts of Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. If these do become strong enough, they could slightly stabilize the atmosphere, and that would be a good thing. However, as early as 10 a.m., we start to see some thunderstorms begin to develop in northeastern Kansas, and those are going to continue to push northeastward, and by noon, we could be dealing with several severe storms spanning from parts of the Omaha Metro back through the Lincoln Metro through parts of southwestern Iowa. Damaging winds and large hail could certainly be a possibility with those. 1, 2, 3 p.m. that develops into a big line of storms. Again, damaging winds will be a problem at this point, likely all the way from extreme southern Minnesota back into parts of Kansas here. We're going to have a line of storms producing damaging winds. Later into the afternoon and evening time hours, 6 p.m., we are going to have a big-time damaging wind threat and maybe even a slightly elevated tornado risk for parts of southeastern Kansas if any of these cells do manage to become discrete, or we could even see an embedded tornado, by the way, as well. What's up, Indiana? What's up, random Texan guy? So, anyway, those storms will continue to push eastward. By 8 p.m. on Wednesday, these storms will be moving through Kansas City, Des Moines. 9 p.m., they're going to be moving through parts of Missouri and Iowa. And they're going to become quite strong as they do so, right? Or they're going to continue to be strong, I should say. So, that brings us to Thursday, Halloween. This is as far out as the NAM can go, but 1 a.m. Halloween, it is showing a line of storms stretching all the way from Wisconsin back into Texas. Now, not all of these are going to be severe. Not all of them are even going to be strong. However, damaging winds will be a big deal, and hail as well, for parts of Oklahoma, Missouri, and Illinois at this point, which is why I think that we could see a marginal risk for hail or wind on Thursday here for the morning and afternoon time hours. What's up, Tristan? You're getting directly hit by this line? Same here. So, Skiatook, that's, is that Oregon? Or Oklahoma. Yeah, so I mean, Skiatook, you're under a red flag warning right now, so again, make sure you're avoiding that burning, and it's going to continue to be that way after this system moves through. I don't think it's going to bring you a significant enough amount of rain to completely, clear things up in terms of the dry conditions, but severe weather could be a problem for you, say, Wednesday, so look out for that. Damaging winds could be a big thing, maybe an isolated tornado threat as well. The risk for Wednesday is at a slight risk. Just realized we kind of need to turn the light on in here. It's quite dark, isn't it? So, again, slight risk, and in my opinion, a 30% chance of an upgrade to an enhanced risk for wind or hail. Again, my prediction right now for the day will be a 15% hatched wind risk, a 15% potentially hatched hail risk, but probably a regular 15% hail risk, and then a 5% tornado risk. I think it's going to be a big severe weather outbreak. I don't think it's going to be a tornado outbreak, but I do think an isolated tornado or two will be possible. You're going to go to dinner in Tulsa? Yeah, make sure to look out for that. Wednesday's your mom's birthday. Tell her I said happy birthday. Again, big severe weather day, though, Wednesday, so stay safe out there. Again, right now it's just a slight risk, but if they were to add an enhanced risk, there's a good chance you could be included in it, I'll say that much. Although it could just be north of you as well. But we'll see. So, NATOcast. We can't see Wednesday yet because they don't do day 3 forecasts on NATOcast, but if we take a look at the forecast for tomorrow, like I said, it is a very, very minimal tornado risk. They have a 0.1% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point, risk stretching through parts of Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. Tornadoes are not going to be a problem tomorrow, not whatsoever. Tornadoes will be a problem potentially, though, on Wednesday. That's the important thing to note here. Tomorrow, tornadoes are not going to be even thought about, but hail and wind could be just as damaging, so make sure to look out for that. They have not issued a day 4 risk. Yes, we could actually have a tropical storm in the Atlantic, too, although it's a bit iffy on the confidence of that. There's a lot of variance in the models there, so we'll just have to wait and see. So, that was the NAM. We can't look at the ARRR, unfortunately, for this event because it doesn't go far enough out. However, we can take a look at the RGEM model. This is actually one of my favorite mesoscale models because it goes quite far out. So let me bring this up here for you. We'll hone in on, I guess, kind of the entirety of the United States is what we need to look at here. If it would like to pull up on stream, which of course it wouldn't. Trying to get this up, guys. Again, if you're not tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to get 25 likes on this stream. It's a big goal, but I think we can get there. Yeah, it just really does not want to work, so that's cool. That's rough. Let's try that again. There we go. So, anyway, let's go ahead and zoom into the future here. So, this is the 12Z. The 18Z is not done loading yet. It'll continue to come in as the stream continues. Alright, by 10 a.m. Wednesday, just kind of like the NAM was showing, right around that pre-lunchtime time frame there, they're showing some thunderstorms popping up in parts of Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. By noon, 3 p.m., those intensify a lot. By 4 p.m., it's showing a massive hail and wind threat over the quad state area of Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas. And I think the greater tornado threat will kind of come 5, 6 p.m. with some of these storms here in southeast Kansas. I think that's where the greatest tornado risk could be. Southeast Kansas, extreme northeast Oklahoma, and that damaging wind threat will continue. Again, that's going to turn into a massive line of storms there. Again, the models are saying that this could be a huge line of storms, guys, from Wisconsin to Texas. Then it's pushing this to, again, continue eastward. Maybe some snow for folks in Minnesota on the backside of this system on Halloween Day. Imagine that, Halloween snow. That'd be pretty awesome. At least in my opinion, although it may ruin trick-or-treating plans. But that would just be in the morning time. Hopefully, I guess we could see some snow linger into the evening, maybe in parts of the UP and Michigan and Wisconsin. But overall, I think it'll just probably be quite dreary and ugly out. What's up, Kimber? Thank you for tuning in. Davis, what do you think is the quiet time of the year for weather? In general, late fall, kind of where we're at right now. The reason I say that is because it's kind of just past hurricane season. Severe weather season really isn't a massive thing in late fall. It's more so kind of into the early winter where it actually really starts to kick up. And then also, you don't have any massive, record-breaking temperatures usually in terms of highs or lows because it's just kind of neutral. You don't have a lot of winter weather activity except for in the Rockies. It's just overall very, very plain, very calm. Again, fire weather is a big thing. That's kind of the highlight of most late fall days here. Anything for Houston in the next few days? Nope. No, and you need something too. You do. It's dry as a bone out there. I don't know. Maybe they'll push the marginal risk down towards you on Wednesday, but I really doubt it. Maybe done chasing for the year. I don't know. I think that I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's an option for you, but if you could go down on Wednesday, that might be a great day. But it's going to be in the Central Plains there for the main target. So, again, if you're just now tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 25 likes this stream. Steep goal, but we can get there. Share this with a friend. So, if anybody has any questions about their location or any questions about any locations right now, leave them down below. Again, back here at home, it's dry. Tomorrow it's going to be very windy. Gusts up to 40. I'll have a short out for you guys talking in more depth about the fire danger out here in the Midwest. Claremore's a hot spot. Talking about Claremore, Oklahoma. We actually have blizzard warnings right now going into southeastern Alaska. for one little section here of Thompson Pass. Been working on getting more monitors in your room. Nice. Yep, here we just got the one, although behind me you always see two monitors. That's for my mom's work. We are a one monitor show here. It was windy today, but that's it, really. Let's check that out. Yeah, you got some decent gusts there, up to 15 miles per hour. Pretty tame, though, overall. Oh, wow. So it looks like, actually, earlier today, you may have had some stronger gusts, depending on where you're at in the Houston area. I know you're up in Spring, but they don't have a little camera that we can look at there, unfortunately. So, but yeah, you can see that thunderstorm or skyloader today over the Great Lakes region. That's what that light green zone means. Sub-severe storms possible. Again, that's going to be late tonight into early tomorrow. If you're especially in northeast Michigan, it'll mostly be early tomorrow morning. But later, a few hours from now, we could start to see some storms develop in Wisconsin. Haven't had rain in Helene. Haven't had rain since Helene, and you didn't get a lot from Helene. So your drought monitor ain't proving what my yard looks like. Grass burning up, same. Yeah, I'm under the abnormally dry section on the drought monitor, but that's bogus. We really have not gotten rain since Helene either, and again, we didn't get a lot from that, so. And flooding will not be a big thing throughout this event because these storms are going to be pretty quick moving. But we do have a marginal risk of flash flooding on Wednesday here. Pre-Halloween. Halloween Eve, if you'd like to call it that. Stretching from, again, the DFW Metroplex back up into Wisconsin there. Just because those storms could generally have some heavy rain. And then on Halloween, we've actually got a marginal risk too. And I like the fact that they've highlighted this, because this also gives us an idea of where they're thinking some of the heaviest thunderstorms can be. And those would be, again, right now they're saying down in the southern and mid-Mississippi Valley. And again, that's kind of what I was saying too. And they've even got a risk out already for Friday here, which is interesting. We actually could have another system come through close to Election Day that could bring some severe weather, but it is far too early to talk about that. We really don't know that for any rock certainty yet. But it's looking like it could be quite intense, so we'll have a look out for that. Again, make sure to get out and vote. Don't let the weather scare you off. Just stay safe if you are going out to vote. Know the weather forecast for your area. But again, I don't want to say, oh, there's going to be a big storm on Election Day and then have nobody go out and vote. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, we're not going to dive into politics, but all I will say is go out and vote. Tomorrow you're getting winds gusting at 39 miles an hour here. That's kind of around where I'm going to be, actually. Supposed to have snow, half an inch in Denver Wednesday. Definitely a possibility. I mean, you've got yourself a freeze watch right now. So, got those sub-freezing temperatures about to come in. Between 22 and 28 degrees. That's quite cold. It's not for Denver, but in general, it's quite cold. So, anyway. Your electric company hates your area, so your power will be turned off from 1 to 5. That's crazy. And if you're just not tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get to 25 likes. Zoom on Centennial, that's you. More specifically, Lone Tree. Yeah, again, you got yourself that freeze watch, and also you're just outside that red flag warning. You may even be in the red flag warning. It's crazy that we still have flood warnings ongoing in Florida from Milton, and we still have power outages in North Carolina from Helene. That just baffles me. Helene, guys, that was over a month ago. And again, I was saying this would happen, but it's just crazy to actually see it happen. Jack, what's up? It's been a minute. But we've still got almost 2,000 customers in Yancey County without power in North Carolina after Helene. It's crazy how that system just battered Appalachia. Just. In Yancey County, this is one of the harder hit spots. And the dam failures led to extreme flooding because you had that 30 inches of rain out in that area. Just wild stuff. What's happening with my mic? Is my mic weird? Let me see. Anyway. Your electric company hates your areas, your power will be turned off from 1 to 5. I think it's the echo. It should be fixed now. I don't know, that slight echo sounded kind of nice, actually. There's one person without power next to you, that's crazy. Yeah, this isn't the only county with power outages from Helene, but it's the only one with a significant enough number for it to track like this. Alright, see you, Mr. Twister. Again, we will be live on Wednesday. I didn't talk about this yet, but we will be live on Wednesday, and maybe tomorrow, definitely Thursday. Do we, I don't really have a plan, though. I was going to say, should I dress up in a costume for Halloween while I stream, but I don't have a plan. So, I don't know. We'll see. New one of the Triple R's coming out. Get a better look at some of those thunderstorms tonight that we're expecting in the upper Midwest. Real Jack. You're eating straight honey mustard? I mean, honey mustard kind of slaps, but I would recommend eating it with something. Seems a bit unhealthy. I don't know, you do you, though. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not your doctor. You're eating water? I'm not even going to ask how you eat water. I don't think I want to know. Do I do winter streams or just severe weather streams? I do winter streams sometimes. I mean, we're kind of doing one right now, and we don't have a lot to talk about other than the snow starting to fall here in parts of Wyoming. That was a bad voice crack. The wintry mix starting to fall anyway. We got some thunderstorms mixed in there too, sub-severe obviously. Look at that, a few pixels of some snow up there in the peak mountaintops of northwest Wyoming, and that'll mix in more overnight actually. If we take a look at the previous run of the Triple Arcs, the new one's still coming in. Take a look at the previous run. We look at precip type. Look at this, showing a lot of snow actually for parts of Wyoming. Heavy snow mixing in parts of Colorado. But a lot of snow just across the board here tomorrow afternoon. If we don't go live for severe weather tomorrow afternoon, we'll probably have a snow stream, honestly. A lot of snow expected in the Rockies. I mean, look at this. This is 9 a.m. Tomorrow. Crazy stuff. Again, just look at this messy mix of ice and rain and sleet and snow and wintry mix. Just a bunch of crap down here in southwest Colorado. I'm interested to see what these winter weather advisories say. Snow expected above 9,000 feet. Total snow accumulations between 6 and 12 inches with locally higher amounts. Gusts up to 45. They don't mention anything about sleet or wintry mix, which is interesting. Because usually they do in those winter weather advisories when you got a situation like that. been off our school for winds before? I haven't, because I'm in the Midwest. Yippee. We don't really get wind that crazy unless it's associated with severe weather. I take that back. It gets intense sometimes, but it's still nothing insane. I mean, again, we're going to have gusts of 40 tomorrow, and that's not a rare occurrence, but an uncommon occurrence here. It's not like you see it on a daily basis. It's fun to see. What's up, Alan Crow? Thank you for tuning in. Stay out west. Kind of liking this warm fall weather. Yeah, again, though, that is providing for a high fire danger. Again, we're talking about record high temperatures for several areas here over the next few days until that big severe weather system moves through. The trough. That dip in the jet stream is what's causing it all. The fire danger, the wintry mix, the snow, the severe weather. It's crazy. I haven't while I was in school, B-Dog, but there have been several times where I have been under a tornado warning. We've had tornadoes rip through our town before, even in recent years. I think as recent as 2021, actually, we had an EF1, just like a mile outside of city limits. You've been in a hydro warning? That's crazy. You had a few grass fires? Yep, that's been a big thing. Again, we had wildfires in Oklahoma today. And it's not like this has not been happening either. It's been happening quite a bit over the past few days, especially in Oklahoma, but all across the plains. Colorado quite a bit too. Eastern Colorado, that is. Eastern and southeastern Colorado. But yeah. So the new one on the GFS is coming in. It does like the idea of us seeing a tropical storm Patty, which would be the name of this one if it does develop. It likes the idea of us seeing a tropical storm Patty trying to develop here just in early November, around Election Day. But that's, again, really not looking that intense. Again, it's not like it's going to make a landfall anywhere in the United States. At least as of right now, it's not looking like that. And again, we're also expecting big-time severe weather on Election Day, too, so we'll look out for that. But yeah, 5 minutes. So, yeah, we had a couple of EF3s in our area, but that was a while ago. Not within the past decade. The Mayfield storm was not that far from you, but it was weaker, though. I don't care if it was weaker than when it hit Mayfield. It was strong all throughout Kentucky and Arkansas and Missouri and Tennessee. Ever since the moment it developed and the moment it ended, it was strong throughout its entire life cycle. It was not at all what the track looked like, but it was roughly what it looked like, I guess. Yeah, it did end up entering West Virginia, and it got a couple of tornado warnings in West Virginia still. That's how strong it was. It got tornado warnings all the way from Arkansas into West Virginia. It had like 5 tornado emergencies with that one supercell. And Kentucky got slabbed so hard, obviously. And especially Mayfield, but also communities like Benton, Dawson Springs, Princeton was a big one. They were under a Tory. Same thing with Arlington. It went near Louisville, Kentucky, near Lexington. Some populated areas there. Can't wait to see Twitter if that happens. Well, the good news is, again, we're not going to get political, but none of these, the big severe weather for that day looks like it's going to have any heavy impacts on the swing states, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of controversy there. That was one of the scariest nights of your life because you've never really been under a tornado warning before. You were under one during the Mayfield night, December 10th. Sorry if I'm not reading your messages. I forgot I was on top chat instead of live chat. Man was blown off his back porch in Abbeville from a tornado. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh about that. That's crazy, though. Okay, well, we've gotten political enough. Let's back off. Yeah, it's funny, too, because the days around it always feel boring, but the actual day of election day, something always happens. Alright, well, I don't want to go, but unfortunately I do have to go, so I want to thank you all for tuning in. This has been quite a fun stream. We were just chilling. We did not hit 25 likes, but we got to 13. We got halfway there. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. We will have another stream tomorrow, whether that be for winter storm coverage, severe weather coverage, both wildfire coverage, potentially even. We'll see. There's going to be a lot going on tomorrow. None of it's going to be that intense, but there will be a lot, so I'll have boredness you join at bedtime. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I said it too early again. Dang.